So, welcome to Carlton Town TV, again from my humble abode, and I'm here with Niall. Niall, you've just signed a new contract with the club. As a man that's been with the club for a long period of time, A, did you ever see yourself heading elsewhere? And B, how much does it mean to be at the club for another year?
Yeah, I mean, it's great to sign a contract for another year. I think it's a pretty easy decision with me. I mean, a lot of stuff's changed in terms of outside of work life and things. So it's really good to obviously speak with Tommy and he's really see where the club's going. And I think looking forward to next season, it's really time for the club to progress in all areas, including like on and off the pitch. Obviously, a hell of a lot of work has been going on behind closed doors, essentially, to really try and propel the club. And that's not just down to Tommy and Mark, but everyone who's associated with the club and does a lot of work for not just Carlton Town, but also the community. So for me, it was a pretty no-brainer in terms of signing a new contract. I think in terms of the squad that Tommy's building now, it's really looking to progress and really think, given a good pre-season and things, and hopefully not the same injury luck that we had last year, we can really start to look to progress and with fans returning, put on a lot of good performances.
You say obviously like progress. How yourself do you feel that you've progressed over your time at Carlton? Obviously, at times you've played well. I think I've seen you play in almost every position on the pitch at this stage of your career. But how have you changed across the time you've been at the club?
Yeah, I think when I first came into the club, I was a bit, as a young university student coming into men's football, so it was a big step up for me at the time. Fast forward a few years and a number of seasons now, I think it's time. Tommy's been really, really good with me. Tells me when I'm doing things right, tells me when I need to improve, and that's all you can really ask for. I think as a player at this level, I think you need to accept what you're good at and what you're not so good at, and look to improve. I'd like to think that there's been an improvement in my game, especially in the last 2 years. And starting to narrow down, as you say, a few positions has definitely helped me progress. And at the end of the day, I'm really enjoying the football. We, at times play some great stuff, and the gaffers try and get us playing football the proper way, which is always nice to see. And it goes throughout the team. Everyone's got to do the same thing in order to get in the team. So it's nice that we build a squad, there's competition for places, and everyone's working towards the same goal. So I'd say compared to obviously previous seasons, things have been sometimes a bit all over the shop, and I've kind of seen it now from the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's been a real progression over the last few years, and I'm really happy to see where the club's going at the moment.
You say where the club's going. Unsurprisingly, I mean, I'm pretty sure all of you lot get really bored of me asking this. But hey ho, we'll go again. Ambitions for this season, mate? Like where do you see the club being, or like whether that's ideals and then what minimum is?
I think realistically, you look at obviously it's a kind of a new league, so you're not looking at some of the same old faces, and for me it's an opportunity to go and play at a few different grounds against different teams. And obviously, for me personally, I don't know, how good and how these other teams play. So it's going to be interesting to say the least. But I think given the squad that we're building, get back pre-season, hopefully everyone's refreshed, come back, get into a good shape, and really start to look to build ourselves and establish ourselves in the league. I think there's no reason for me personally why we shouldn't be looking at playoffs as a minimum. Some people may say ambitious, some people may say, we'll see after the first few weeks of the season how things shape up. But you never know. I mean, you look at the first season, Tommy and Mark were here. We were top of the league, barely conceding any goals. Then you get to winter and we're a little bit, but that's the way the season goes. But by the end, I think the last couple of games we played were both 4-0 victories. Obviously, we were essentially robbed of playing in the playoffs due to COVID situation. But I think looking forwards, there's got to be certain aspirations as players and the management staff that really looks to propel the club. Things have been done off the pitch for the players, and it's probably about time that the players start delivering and giving something back to respect all the hard work that's been put in.
I'm sure, actually, because it's not very often I do these, and people speak about the stuff off the pitch. So, just in terms for you, obviously, like you say, work going in off the pitch, volunteers coming in, painting, maybe doing a bit of drinking, but predominantly painting. Obviously, the clubhouse having work done to it. What for you? What does that mean? And any message to obviously the guys that have been putting in that work?
Well, I mean, I think as a player, when you come into the club and you see the progress that's been made in terms of especially as part of the aesthetics, it makes you feel that if we start putting the performances on the pitch, especially like we were in the first season. I think last season, it's a little bit hit and miss. We had a lot of injuries in the first game and stuff, but we always try and play a certain way. So, but looking at the first season, we gave a lot, and especially the fan base, it started to build. Especially, I think the last game we played last season away at Sheffield, and all the people that came there, it was really appreciative of the players, and we really enjoyed it. And it's a great atmosphere. So, in terms of the improvements that off the pitch, obviously it's a massive thank you to everyone that's been a part of it. And what can I say really? When we get back to pre-season, it's kind of our turn to repay the favour.
Oh yeah, definitely. And obviously you've got to be grateful for San Miguel being on the bar, right?
Well, not me personally, but I've seen a lot of smiling faces, so it can't be a bad thing.
Yeah, I think that's usually smiling faces after a few too many. Hoping that this video goes out before 8:00 tonight. But as you can see, my allegiance. What are your predictions for tonight's game? Because if it doesn't go out before 8, we can always cut it out. But if not, you'll look like an absolute genius.
I mean, I personally can't look past City, but Chelsea have had their number on a couple of occasions this year, so it'd be interesting to see. But no doubt, Pep's got some up his sleeve.
Yes, mate, that's exactly what I want to hear. Well, mate, that really is everything. But obviously, thank you for your time. Always a pleasure. I wish you all the best for the season, mate.
Thank you very much, and we'll no doubt see you at the ground.
Cheers, mate. Of course you will.
Cheers. Appreciate that.